All right, building a dream team. It's something we all dream of, right?
Yeah.
But finding that perfect candidate that can feel, honestly, a little bit like searching for a needle in a haystack.
It definitely can.
But fear not, friends, because today we're going to dig into some really awesome strategies for attracting those A players, the top talent you want on your team.
We're talking about talent acquisition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We found this super insightful article about it. We're going to break down the whole process, from crafting a job description that actually sings to creating a candidate experience that will leave people, even the ones you don't hire, thinking, wow, that was impressive.
That's key.
So first things first, and this might seem obvious, but this article really hammered home the importance of getting super clear on what the role actually is.
Right, defining the role.
Yeah, and not just like, listing out tasks. We're talking about going deeper. What are the personality traits, the soft skills that will really set someone up for success in this specific role at this specific company?
Totally. I mean, think about it. If you only focus on hard skills, you might end up with someone who, on paper, looks perfect, but when it comes to actually working with them, it's a total clash, either with your team or with your company culture.
Ugh, yeah, I can see that happening.
And then what happens? You've got high turnover, unhappy employees. It's a mess.
Nobody wants that.
Nope. So you've got to find someone who not only has the skills, but also thrives in the environment you've created.
Right. It's like finding that perfect puzzle piece.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say you've nailed down that perfect candidate profile. Where do you even begin to look? I mean, you've got job boards, you've got employee referrals, agencies, social media. It's like a jungle out there.
Oh, it is. And
Yeah.
each of those channels has its own, advantages and disadvantages, right? Like, if you're looking for someone with really specific niche skills, a specialized job board, or even like a professional networking group, that might be the best way to go.
Yeah, makes sense.
But if you're really focused on building a diverse team, you want people from all different backgrounds and experiences, social media can be super powerful.
I could see that.
You can target specific demographics. You can show off your company culture through your content, give people a feel for what it's like to actually work there.
It's like employer branding, right?
Yes, it is exactly employer branding. It's marketing your company to potential employees.
I like that. You're not just like throwing a job ad out there. You're giving people a sneak peek like,
Yeah.
hey, this is what we're all about.
Exactly.
All right, so you've got this amazing job description. You're working on your employer brand, and the applications start flooding in. Now what? I mean, how do you even start to sort through all of those resumes? This article talked about pre-screening tools.
Yeah.
Do those really work?
And they can be super helpful, especially if you get a ton of applications. Think of it like this. You've got this digital assistant, an applicant tracking system, an ATS. It can scan those resumes for you, looking for keywords, qualifications, even things like gaps in employment history.
And that saves you a lot of time.
Tons of time. And then there are also assessment platforms. If you want to test specific skills, those can give you a more objective measure of a candidate's abilities.
Makes sense. So you're kind of weeding out those who aren't a good fit right from the start.
Exactly. So you can focus on the most promising candidates.
Makes a lot of sense. So then you get to the interview stage, and I've always wondered, does it really matter if you use a structured interview process? Like, wouldn't it be more natural to just have a conversation?
Well, the thing is, you want to be fair and objective, right? And with a structured interview, everyone gets asked the same questions, the same predetermined set of questions.
Hmm.
So you can compare apples to apples, basically, and it helps reduce the risk of bias sneaking into your decisions.
Right, so you're not swayed by someone's charm or like a really good answer to one question, but then they fall apart on everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
But remember, we were talking about soft skills and cultural fit. How do you even assess those in a structured interview?
That's where behavioral interview questions come in. These questions are designed to get the candidate to tell you about how they've handled situations in the past, like, tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult coworker, or describe a time you had to work under pressure. Things like that.
So
Yeah.
you're not just taking their word for it that they're a team player or that they can handle stress.
Exactly. You're getting concrete examples of how they've actually behaved.
I love that.
And then, don't underestimate just observing their demeanor, how they interact with you. Are they engaged? Are they asking thoughtful questions? Do they genuinely seem interested in the role and the company?
It's like you're reading between the lines.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's fast forward. You've gone through all the interviews. You've checked references. You didn't skip that part, right?
Of course not.
And you found the one. You're ready to make an offer. But what about compensation and benefits? I mean, that's a huge part of the equation.
It is. And in today's job market, you really need to offer a package that's competitive, that meets industry standards, but also reflects your company values.
Right, so if you're all about work-life balance, maybe you offer unlimited vacation time, or if professional development is a big thing, then you highlight your tuition reimbursement program.
Exactly. You're showing potential hires that you value them, not just with words, but with actual benefits.
Yes, walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
And it's not just about attracting new hires, it's about keeping the amazing people you already have.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah, you can't be offering amazing perks to new employees and then neglecting your current team.
No, that's just going to create resentment.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here. From defining the role to sourcing candidates, screening, interviewing, compensation, even retaining your existing team. It's a lot.
It is a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. When you invest in finding the right people, you're investing in your company's future.
I love that. It's not just filling a position. It's building a team that's going to help your company thrive and grow.
Exactly.
So as we wrap things up, I'm curious, what's one thing that really stood out to you from this whole deep dive into talent acquisition?
Honestly, for me, it was the emphasis on the candidate experience. Like every interaction matters from the moment someone applies to the final decision, even if you're saying no.
Right, you want them to walk away thinking, wow, that was a really positive experience.
Exactly. And that can pay off in so many ways. Maybe that person wasn't right for this particular role, but they might be perfect for a future opening.
Yeah,
Or maybe they'll recommend your company to a friend. It's all about building those relationships.
it's a long game.
It is. So, to our listeners out there, I challenge you to think about how you can apply these principles not just to hiring, but to creating a workplace where people feel valued and appreciated.
Yeah, where they want to stay and contribute. All right, folks, that's it for today. We hope you found this helpful. And if you want to dive even deeper into the topic, we'll be sure to link to some additional resources in the show notes.
Definitely check those out.
And until next time, happy hiring.
And happy team building.
We'll see you soon.
See ya.